Yo, everybody, what's up? I'm Antoine, your host of Life on the Court podcast. Welcome back to the show, and thank you for joining. So, last week's episode, we talked about the DISC assessment, how that is a self-awareness tool that you could use to help you in life in your court. I spoke to areas where it could help teachers and students, but let's kind of focus on the letter. We got the D, we got the I, we have the S, and we have the C, the DISC assessment. So we're going to talk about the D today, dominant, the bold and skeptical individual. So we're going to talk about their tendencies, their environment, some of their traits, and ways to their desired environment. So just really going to educate you guys on the dominant D in the DISC assessment today. Like I said before, the DISC assessment is a tool that empowers you to understand yourself, coworkers, family members, friends in a very profound way. And the benefits of it is you're able to understand the behaviors and styles that help you become a better communicator. It can minimize or prevent conflict, and you appreciate the differences of others while also providing a positive influence. All right, that's what the DISC assessment will help you do. So let's jump right into the DISC assessment. So first, before I do that, for those of you who don't know, the Life on the Court podcast is to help you with tips, tools, and strategies to help you with life in your court. Now that we got that out the way, let's jump into the D. The D in the DISC assessment: dominant, bold, and skeptical. So let's talk about the tendencies, the person's tendencies, right? In the dominant. And I have I'll be reading off because it's a lot to remember, like my notes that I have for the DISC assessment. So this person's tendencies include getting immediate results. All right. You're that type of person who likes to get immediate results, then you are probably that D. Causing action, accepting challenges, making quick decisions, questioning the status quo, and solving problems. That's the person's tendencies of a dominant individual in the DISC assessment spectrum. Okay, remember, we're all four. All of us are all four, but some of us will score higher in other letters than other letters. This person's desired environment includes power and authority, prestige and challenge, wide scope operations, direct answers, opportunities for advancement, freedom from controls, many new and varied activities. This person doesn't like to be bored. All right, new challenges. They don't want to get stuck doing the same thing. So if a person that is our environment, you don't want, if you test as a dominant individual, you don't want to work in, let's say, a factory where it's nothing really changes, everything's boom, boom, boom. Same thing happens every day for the most part. It's probably not the job for you. Probably won't be successful in that particular career or job. To be more effective, this person may need to understand that they need others to succeed. You can't do it by yourself. All my D's out there, it's 12% of us in the world. I'm in that percentage, right? We can't do it alone. Consider all options before deciding. We're not going to be making an impromptu decision. We want to see everything. What are my options? Okay. How many options do I have and what are they? Explain them to me. Be aware of the emotional needs of others. We can tend to, dominant people, kind of mull over people's feelings and not show empathy, which is one of the things that I love to talk about. Putting yourself, seeing what others see, and putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Okay. Be aware, communicate more respectfully under pressure. Again, we gotta be able, my dominant people, we have to communicate more respectfully under pressure. When things are heightened, we can't just take our frustrations out on someone else and why aren't they getting it? It's just that easy. Why aren't they getting it? Again, the empathy. So we really have to work on the empathy piece in life to be more effective. Verbalize reasons for conclusions. You got to be more clear. You got to be more concise in your delivery and what you need or what the company desires, the organization. All right. You have to be aware of existing sanctions. Can't be a rule breaker. All right. Got to know the rules. Don't be a rule breaker. My dominant people, again, bold and skeptical. We got to relax more and slow down the pace. Again, to be more effective in these environments and organizations, this is what we need to do. We got to relax more and slow down the pace. We got to listen more effectively. That's listening with your eyes and your ears. Okay, so we have to do those things as the dominant person in our team. Here are some of our traits. We're decisive, competitive, daring, direct, innovative, persistent, adventurous, problem solvers, and result-oriented. Solution-based individuals. Again, that's part of the things you guys will get later on with my book, talking about being solution-based. We tend to act assertive. Our primary drive is independence. Our personal strength is problem solver. Comfortable with taking charge. We have no problem with taking charge. Being the leader in the room, the person that will speak up, we are comfortable with doing it. And I'm saying we because I tested in that dominant, like I talked about last week. I read you guys my summary, my description, like all these things, like that is me. So what better way to start off the series than just talk about the D, dominant. So our preferred task, we like challengings. Our needs, we need control. Our personal wants, control and variety. When in conflict, we demand action. Our personal limitations, we can be too direct and intense. What do we need to work on? Empathy and patience. I just said that before. Like when we got into all of these characteristics, empathy. What is our personal fear? We don't like to lose, right? These are our CEOs of companies. Okay, like there's so many careers that are in this space. So if you're not in that career, you may want to transition into that space so you can be more effective as an individual. Be, again, more aware who you are. What of our irritations are? We get irritated by being indecisive and inefficient. People who are indecisive and inefficient. We measure our worth by the impact or results. We like data, track records. So you got a lot of the numbers people, like is a very analytical people, like those, we driven by those results. Okay, so under stress, we may become dictatorial or aggressive. And then how are we measuring our maturity? Giving up control. And these are the characteristics of a dominant individual. If you test in the DISC assessment as the D, you're dominant. It's like we are transitioning, we're taking flight. With this DISC assessment, we are taking flight. So eagles, you're going to get 4 birds for over the next 4 weeks. Our first bird is eagle. Eagles are the D style. When you talk about eagles, in the wild, eagles are wired for the big picture and often claim territory that spans 60 square miles. They're in charge. They embody conviction, authority, and confidence without hesitation. Eagles can dive 150 miles per hour to seize their prey in mid-flight. Eagles are driven to achieve their goal. Once their talons have locked onto their prey, they will rather drown before releasing it. That's commitment. You gonna die? Eagles want to die before releasing that prey. I think that's a little crazy. So if you test in that dominant, be aware of some of these things. Eagles are designed for vision, power, and results. All right. So that's really what we're doing over the next few weeks, understanding just a tidbit more of when we test in these areas, all the things that we can do good, all the things that are our challenges. So if you haven't already taken the DISC assessment, now is a good time to do it. Over the next 4 weeks, again, the next few weeks, we're going to talk about the others. And you just got to ask yourself, am I self-aware? Ask yourself that this week. Here's another question you can ask yourself. Do I know someone who isn't self-aware? Maybe someone I work with, maybe someone in my own home that you know that they're not self-aware. Last but not least, do you know someone who can benefit from the DISC assessment? Do you know an organization that can benefit from the DISC assessment? If you do, just contact me. And I am a certified DISC assessment facilitator. So I am able to help you right away. So with that being said, that's my time for today about talking about the D and DISC assessment, the bold. Yes, you're dominant, but you're bold and you're skeptical. So thank you everybody for watching and for listening to this week's episode of Life on the Pro podcast. I know that you're able to take a lot from this. You may know someone, you may not be that dominant person. You may not be that eagle, but you probably know someone who is. And if you do, if you want to get those results right away, just contact me. Find us on LinkedIn. This episode on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And for more information about our programs and services, products that we offer, just visit www.antoineharris.com. Find us on Instagram, coach.aharris. Find us on Twitter, Antoine Harris. Or you can just Google my business, Antoine Harris or Antoine Harris Group LLC. You will be able to find me and contact me. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.